think with, there's a good amount of account books for cabinet makers out there. I wouldn't say they're common or anything, but there are some. And one I've been investigating recently for a couple different reasons was kept by Isaiah Tiffany of Lebanon and Norwich between 1747 and 1767. And he clearly lists all his transactions for wood. And so you can get a feel of the cost of maple, the cost of cherry, the cost of pine. And so clearly the primary woods, the hardwoods are more valuable. And what proportion, how much more valuable was maple than pine? And those were really the two most common woods in eastern Connecticut. And then you see the different primary woods in different areas, have a preference. So walnut and maple in Massachusetts, maple and cherry in Connecticut. So those kind of preferences were regional. I picked up this chair too. As we got into the rural cabinet maker that maybe didn't have access to exotic woods and mahogany, well, they could paint decorate the piece of furniture to make it look like expensive mahogany or rosewood. So this has a really nice red and black grain painting decoration to the whole chair. In some places it's easier to see or harder to see. But come up and take a look, because that's what they're really trying to imitate, that mahogany feel, that exotic wood feel.
So then Windsor chair making came into effect, and I think this is always amazing. The Windsor chairs were everybody's furniture. They used it in Constitution Hall in Philadelphia for seating, and they used it out in the country, and everybody had Windsor chairs. It was pretty common furniture. And Windsors were made out of various woods for different purposes. What we call the bow and the spindles had to be tough, had to be very strong. So they made those generally out of oak, hickory, and ash. Hickory and ash mostly were used like for baseball bats because it's really tough wood. And you could actually soak it, steam it, and you could then bend it. So it served a purpose. You see this bow? That is one piece of wood. And that was probably a piece of probably hickory or oak, and they steam it and you put it into a form, and it dries, and it comes out pretty much like this. He cuts where it's going to fit into the bow of the back, and then he puts the spindles in, and then all the wood is then green. And so as the chair shrinks all together and dries, it's all drying together. The seats were usually made out of white pine, tulip poplar, whitewood, maple, birch, because those came in big sizes, and you could carve a big seat. The legs were usually maple because they were hard and you could turn it. You can't really turn a piece of pine that well because it tends to be soft and it tends to splinter. But maple is generally the wood that we see the most, although we see it in tulip poplar as well. So there's a whole variation, and I'm going to pass some woods along. This is ash, and this is hickory, and you could feel the weight to these. They're very heavy, but they're amazingly strong. And then in New York City, one of the things that we start to see is the frames, the seat frames, for very formal seating with ash. And so they knew in New York City, the cabineters knew that if you made the chair seats out of ash, it would probably likely survive. It was not going to break really easy. And so you could have a big person sitting on a small, delicate chair, but it wasn't about to break. So take a look at these, and you'll see they're very similar grains. Hickory and ash and oak, they're all very similar. Sometimes it can be very difficult in a small segment like this to tell whether it's hickory or ash or oak. But those are the three woods that we find the most common for bows and spindles. Windsor chairs survived a long time. They came into existence probably as early as 1775, 1780, and they were still making Windsor chairs 50, 60 years later. They were everyday furniture and they lasted because the cabinet makers understood the utilitarian effects of the various woods and how they work together. There generally are no nails in a Windsor chair. They're pinned together sometimes, but usually they were just put in, they shrank together, they were pinned on occasionally, and look at, this thing is like a rock. This chair was probably made around 1780, 1790. It probably had 25 generations of kids spilling milk all over them, and being pushed around the floor, tipping over. Look at it, still in great condition. Because these guys knew the engineering and the